The only job that you ever have in your life is to live your life for yourself and to stop living to please other people. I don't know who needs to hear this message, but if you are watching this video, I want you to stop living your life to please the people around you. I want you to start living for yourself. I want you to stop being a people pleaser and stop genuinely giving a fuck what people think about you and the life that you are living for yourself. When I was younger, I wish someone told me that it was okay to pursue a life that looks very different than what people around me wanted for me, and that a crucial part of living a life that is very authentic to you, that is inspiring, that's very ambitious, requires you to stop being a people pleaser and to stop giving a fuck what the people around you think of the decisions that you're making in your life. This isn't just to pursue the goals that you want. I truly believe this is a way that you need to just approach your life in general. It is not healthy to live a life for others. If you are always making decisions based on what the people around you want for you, or whether or not they're going to support it, or whether or not they agree with the decisions that you're making, you're quite literally holding yourself back from a life that actually matches who you are. I know that this is easier said than done, but it is truly a way of life. It is a way that you need to approach your life going forward, no matter what area of your life it is. It is so important to validate yourself. It is important to pursue a life that matches who you truly are, regardless if the people around you want you to pursue that or not. When I was 24 years old, I made a life changing decision for myself that most people did not agree with around me. But I knew that if I didn't pursue it, I would have a lot of regrets in my life. And I'm so happy that I went after it. I'm happy I pursued it, no matter how uncomfortable that decision was for me to make. And what I want you to understand is that people are always going to have an opinion, they're always going to judge you, they're always going to have something to say about the decisions that you make for yourself. And if you don't learn to validate yourself or to give yourself permission to pursue whatever you want, to make the decisions that you want, to build a life that looks very unrealistic, then you are always going to surrender to the opinions of other people. You are always going to feel powerless in your own life. You are going to feel like you are not the one making decisions, you are not the one that is in control of the path that you are on. This is also a very attractive trait to just develop in general because it shows that you respect yourself on a very high level. It shows that you have higher standards for yourself and that you do not care what people think about you, that you are not a people pleaser. And I would argue that when you embody that version of yourself, that you become more magnetic to everything that you want to attract in your life. Some of the most successful people have the most amount of haters, and it is because they are not afraid to be their authentic self. They don't care what this person says about them. They don't care whether or not there was someone before them that pursued the path that they wanted, because they gave themselves that permission. They showed up for themselves. They stopped living their life for other people. I also think in today's society, we live in a world that craves instant gratification, validation from others, especially with social media and content and everything like that. People want to feel validated. They want to feel supported. But honestly, all of that is an illusion, in my opinion. You need to develop the skill of validating yourself and giving yourself permission to go after whatever it is that you want for yourself. The only thing that living your life for other people does is hold you back from your potential. It holds you back from a fulfilling life. And you are going to get older and have so many regrets in your life when you look back and realize that you allowed nobodies and losers to talk you out of the life that you wanted. Because let's be honest, it is a very small percentage of people who are willing to embody the highest version of themselves and not require validation to become that version. And so it's not normalized for people to go after what they want and support themselves. It is very frowned upon to be a person that supports yourself, that validates yourself, that is not afraid to take on the world by themselves. But that is such a crucial skill to develop in your life. It is going to allow you to reap the reward of anything that you've ever wanted because you're not afraid to bet on yourself. You're not afraid to look in the mirror and be like, you know what? I support myself. I know that I'm capable of achieving what I want, and I don't need validation from the people around me. When we ask other people around us their opinion on things that we want to pursue in our own life, chances are they do not have the same vision as us, they do not have the same goals, and they most likely do not have the same mindset. So when we talk to other people about our goals, but they're not actually a reflection of the version of ourselves that we want to become in our life, they're going to make us feel like we are incapable of pursuing a life that we really want for ourselves. because they never gave themselves that permission. They never allowed themselves to go after more in their life. And we have to learn to really focus on the 1% of people that are not afraid to pursue their goals. They're not afraid to take on the world by themselves because those people have developed such a confidence and validation within themselves that they don't need external voices to support them. They don't need that outside noise to allow them to go after what they want. They just decide that it's something they want for themselves and they're not willing to give up on it. They're not willing to compromise on what they want. Those are the type of people that understand that a successful life, pursuing their goals, building their dream life, comes at the cost of being judged by others, being hated on potentially, having a lot of people not understand the vision, but willing to stand up and be themselves no matter what is going on around them. When you care too much what other people around you think of you or the decisions that you make for yourself, it low-key says that you don't trust yourself. It says that you don't believe in yourself or that you're not willing to be disliked at the cost of going after what you truly want in your life. And that's really hard for a lot of people to process, especially a lot of people who give into this expectation of society that we all need to support each other, that we all need to validate each other, or that we need instant gratification. Once you let go of that idea, I promise you, not only do you become more free to just be yourself, to be confident in who you are, but you stop letting fear be the guide in your life, and instead you use it as a tool. You use it as motivation. You realize that all these people doubt you, they don't want you to be great, which is all the more reason to just be the best at what you do, to just go after it, even if people do not support you. I also think that you won't get very far when it comes to pursuing your goals if you care too much what other people around you think of you, because the majority of our society is literally just miserable. Most of the general public just lives the same life. They're also consumed with this idea of just holding everyone back from their potential. That fear is a reason to not go after what you want because they're constantly thinking about everything that can go wrong. When you look at it in a different perspective and you realize that fear is just navigation, it's just a GPS system to actually push your comfort zone, challenge yourself, and to really show up as the authentic version of yourself, that is the true key to fulfillment and success. Stop giving a fuck what people think about you. No one's opinion matters. The only person's opinion that matters is yours. And learning to trust yourself, believe in your own vision in life. That is the key to inner peace and happiness with yourself. And it also helps you develop a sense of self where you're just confident in who you are. You take the opinions of other people with a grain of salt. You know that you only listen to the people that have the results that you want, only taking advice from people who are already living on goals that you desire to achieve for yourself. I know it's hard to say. I think a lot of times that we really just want support from others. We want other people to validate our vision in life. Sometimes all that does is just hold us back from actually pursuing it. Or we use it as an excuse to not go after what we really see for ourselves. But you need to accept this idea that not everyone is going to support you or see your vision in life. And that is okay. They're not supposed to see it because that is what truly makes it so valuable to go after. I've always been that person. I am not afraid to go after what I want in my life, even if that means doing it alone. And I know that intimidates other people. I know it scares them because I'm a mirror to other people that never gave themselves permission to go after a life that they wanted for themselves. I am not afraid to believe in myself. That is a type of mindset that you need to adopt in your life because it will give you anything that you want for yourself. And you will realize once you start to achieve bigger goals, bigger dreams, really stepping into the best version of yourself, you realize how so many people never allowed themselves to reach that. And you also realize that the opinions of other people and their validation never even mattered to actually build the life that you saw for yourself. So let this be your sign to stop giving a fuck what people think about you. Learn to be your own source of validation because that is where your confidence will come from. And as you learn to take action in your life, push your comfort zone and challenge yourself, confidence is going to skyrocket, but also so will the results that you start to attract in your life. You will start to live a life that most people never experience or actually reach. And the same people who doubted you are going to be so inspired by you. They're going to ask you how you did it. And all it was just not giving up your dreams at the cost of just making other people feel comfortable. Go after what you want. You deserve to pursue a life that you cannot stop envisioning for yourself, but it is only going to come once you let go of this idea of being supported, because none of that really matters. Learn to support yourself, trust and believe in your own vision, and that's how everything will start to naturally align for you. I'm on a journey of becoming the best version of myself. I want us both to level up and step into our potential. So if you want to know what you are truly capable of building in your own life, then I will see you in the next video.